ladies and gentlemen,
Turkey sandwich.
boys and girls, goons, and I guess what other ethnicity you are. We are gathered here today with an honorable guest. A lot of you may know him as Prince. But we got the white Prince, Stephen! Stephen Prince, you know? My boy.
We'll still party like it's 99.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned one thing at the beginning of this podcast is that we're not letting him do that again. No. We're never letting him do. He said his last name and then said his first name. We had no idea he ended, and we just stared at him. We were waiting for you to say Steven. I'm pretty you just said Steven! And we're like, oh, fuck, now.
That was the
White
punchline
Prince.
to it, though. I'm sorry.
You try. Hey, no,
I tried.
small round of applause to you, though. I
That's
want to.
probably 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not my best work. Not my best.
If Simon Cowell's judging that, I don't think that's 6 out of 10, but we can get working on it.
Fuck
How
you.
are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing
Paul
good.
Abdul would have gave it a
Man,
7.
thanks for Bob Dole. Is that what you said?
Paul Abdul.
Oh, Paul Abdul.
It's Bob Dole.
I thought you said Bob Dole. This is my kind of people. No, I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me on.
Good,
here.
Dad. Not a problem, man. You fucking killed it at the comedy contest. It's one of the things that Nick didn't bring in on the intro of it. It's like we met you through the comedy contest. You absolutely killed it.
One of the finals.
There was
I guess 5 out of 10 on the
a
intro.
handful of people that we had at the very end of it, and we really were fighting to see who was going to be the winner, and you were a part of that handful. So we really wanted to make sure that you were here at a fast pace, even though we've been some busy people doing this shit. And I'm glad you were able to come. And you came bearing gifts.
I did,
A
yeah.
little gift
Or
bearer.
a gift, some would say.
Well, I had met you guys at the comedy contest, so I tried to watch a few videos before I came here. I noticed you had a little liquor cabinet kind of thing behind me, a liquor cart.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I'm going to bring him something.
Oh,
It's a little dusty over there.
Yeah, we have no idea what's in here.
there's real
I know.
spiders. We bred them.
We brought cups down, though, so we could test it out. Can't wait.
Legit. So winter's coming up. So
Ooh.
when fall and winter come in, this is what I switched to. It's a scotch. I don't know, wintertime is scotch time. I don't know if you guys have ever had this. This is Lafroig. It's a 10-year. And I want you to smell it because this is going to be like drinking peat moss.
Okay.
Okay.
Paul
It's one of the
Revere
most-
bringing us some good news.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
I don't know.
Dude, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you.
is sick.
Yeah.
Add it to
cool
the
this
cart.
bottle
Dude,
is,
that's a
too.
sick
It's
bottle.
a nice bottle.
Cody
You
Ray,
want to
that's
see the
a
bottle?
ni-
You want to see the bottle? Look
Cody
at the
Ray,
bottle.
That's not
Is-
the bottle.
that's
There's
not-
a bottle
I was gonna
inside.
say,
it.
Well,
inside
the container of the bottle.
Cody Ray, that's a sick stash
You can take it out.
jar.
I think actually with every one of these bottles, you get a square foot property deed in Scotland. I'm pretty sure. Open it up.
Oh,
We own property in Scotland?
Yep, now you do.
I'm moving.
It should be right there.
right there, we own property.
You have to send it in and claim your 1 foot square.
Oh, we
Does
definitely.
that make you a lord?
We're gonna put a
There's a
fucking
lot of
sign there
instructions.
that's just gonna say "Boogered Up Podcast."
Dude.
Do they still do that?
Oh, Cody Ray, you a fast reader?
Let me see this. I want to see
Look at all these
Is it
instructions.
in there?
Yeah, there's a
All
bottle.
these instructions.
No, I want to see if there was another paper in there.
No, it
we
should be
own
in there.
land.
Is that dude? That's so sick.
I'm
All
about to
right, let's take a
cry.
look at this bottle
I never
here.
thought
Let's take
I'd
a look.
I'm not
land.
sure. I didn't.
Damn.
I like the white. This is sick. Hell yeah. All right, I can't wait to dabble into this for sure. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thanks,
this. This is
dog.
Yeah,
awesome.
no problem.
Hell yeah.
Pop it
awesome.
open. I wanted you to smell
Yeah,
it.
here.
you do
You
still
go
get
ahead.
it.
You go ahead with that.
You still get the land.
Yeah.
We own land in Scotland.
There you
Each
go.
I
bottle-
never thought I'd own land. Oh my god.
Each bottle also comes with the gift of friendship as a friendship of is it Lafroig?
Lafroig.
Lafroig?
Yeah.
You will be given a lifetime lease on a numbered plot of our land, 1 square foot.
That's
That
not
runs
big, is it?
alongside all our important water sources.
How big's 1 square foot?
Give that a sniff.
It's 1 foot by 1 foot, Nick.
So I couldn't sleep on it.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nick
It's a
is
square
going
foot.
to. Nick is going to
I
get
wonder if
punched.
We
in
gotta
the
buy
gut.
like
Damn, I don't have
2,000
Gatorade.
bottles of that to
I
get
wonder
a
if we
place to
could-
put a
I gotta
house.
take it
I wonder if we
straight to
could
the
buy
fucking-
other people's square foot and then like accumulate.
We're gonna have a turf
Yeah,
war?
make
a
Make
square.
sure when we're
a square
drinking
yard.
This,
I
this
think I-
camera's on him.
I checked into it a while ago. I don't think they give it to you connected if you register more than once.
Oh.
So you gotta like
So we'll
like
have to build bridges
hopscotch.
between our
Yeah,
plots of
you
land.
gotta hopscotch.
So we
over
gotta.
to it.
So I don't mean to get into
hopscotch.
it.
I just thought of
I
that.
don't mean
Scotch.
to get into it
hopscotch.
so early.
That's funny.
Look at that.
But we wouldn't have to.
They don't
hopscotch
appreciate that
around.
at all.
The birth of
I
the
do.
show.
That was
So you'll
Are
own
you
property
okay?
now, but you just can't afford to get to it, right?
can't afford to get to it, and I guess I can't sleep on it. 'Cause
I'll
I'm
send you a
Too
picture.
big. Why are you making them so big?
I'm not.
This is a sipper. I mean, you guys can shoot it, but it's a sipper for me.
It's a sipper. Okay.
I'm not making it too big. Making it just right. Calm down.
Cody Ray,
A lot of crying on set.
you
What?
spill your sickle.
I didn't spill my sickle.
Freaking webs everywhere. It's fucking spooky
There are
season.
webs, man.
Goontober.
It's
You
all
know
We
what I'm
lost
saying?
all
Pass
the
it
Need
around.
a
writers,
bug
too.
bomb, yeah.
Pass it around. Pass it around. Pass it around.
How full is yours?
Here you go. How full is yours?
Take a sniff.
That's not terrible, dude.
Yeah,
Put
dude.
this up front.
There's
Come
some
on.
there's some
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
on that
yeah. Put it
cart
up there,
that's
put it
way
up there.
worse
Up
for the
front.
nose.
This
Put
is
it
gonna
up
be
there.
this is gonna be like dirt. Then it's gonna be super smooth.
I love this. Okay, everybody, cheers.
I feel like I got big nostrils though.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Thank
on.
you very
Cheers.
much,
Yeah,
David.
thanks
Cheers
for
to
Can't
the
wait
White
to get
Prince.
this podcast started. Hell yeah, dude.
Mm.
It's the winter, man. That'll warm you up.
That ain't winter.
It will. It's definitely got a different
That
taste
ain't
to it.
winter.
Like you said, what was it, like mossy?
Yeah, that is
I mean,
interesting.
It's Islay
It's
scotch.
smoky at the end.
Yeah.
So any kind of an Islay scotch has a certain peat moss that the water is filtered through naturally, and it leaves this real smoky peat moss kind of.
That is
taste.
awesome.
That's where the
actually.
smoke's coming from.
Any other scotch like a Glenlivet, Glenmorangie, they're all Highland scotches that don't have that certain peat moss. So
This has a lot of characteristics to it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You definitely know your stuff. Yeah, we
Yeah, bro.
well,
So,
You're a fucking
yeah.
two
Are you a
scotches.
connoisseur?
No,
Kinda
Do you have a nice
sewer.
collection at your house?
I do, but it's because I just don't drink a lot. So
Well,
you know, it's
still.
just
Special
over the years.
occasions.
Yeah, it's just over the years I collect, or like I'll buy a bottle and have a couple sips, put it in a liquor cabinet, and then buy another bottle, or people gift bottles, like I do here.
Yeah.
Like I've had this one in my cabinet 7 years. I couldn't. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
I was like, why did you bring it? And
I gotta
Pick
get
it up.
like I got 50 of these. I gotta get rid of them. No, I'm
But
kidding.
I gotta make it seem like I just bought this.
But scotch is one of those things that's better after time, right?
It is, but they don't age in the bottles.
Oh,
So
so like
wine-
after you open it
Yeah.
and stuff, it's
So
pretty
wine
much-
will age in the bottle. If you keep it right. Scotch, whiskey doesn't age in the bottle.
Got it.
Oh, so it's pointless for me keeping, whatever I got in my freezer in there for so long. I might as well just drink it.
What, Fireball?
And I feel like it's in the freezer, it's not like preserving well. Fuck.
Yeah.
not wrong. Yeah, he definitely has Fireball. in there.
Screwball.
You might as well,
Oh,
yeah.
airplane glass of Fireball. Yeah.
Dude, there's definitely an age gap, but as you could tell, we're like, oh, this is some fancy stuff, and he's like, yeah, this is great. I love this. You could tell this is a person that's been around a block or two.
I can tell.
I
I
am-
am turn my head.
I am
forward.
older. Well, I asked you earlier who's the oldest person, because I figured I'd be the oldest person probably
41.
on this podcast.
Who do you think the
41.
youngest
I'm 41,
one on the
yeah.
I don't know about
podcast?
not the oldest one, because we had
Jay.
Coach
Marty Daniels.
yeah.
Coach Marty Daniels.
Oh, we did
He was
have-
in the
Well, comedian. I guess I asked comedian.
well, he was in the Blue Mountain State. You know what I'm talking about?
He was head.
He was,
the
he was
head
the
seen that
coach
TV
for
show?
Blue Mountain State.
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, it's phenomenal
Is
TV
it
show.
good?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a hilarious
Oh, yeah.
show. He
I
actually
like
played
the
in a couple
Friday
Super
Night Lights
Bowls.
one. That's not the same, I'm guessing.
No, this is like they replaced the drama with comedy, just like fucking.
And a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
really
A lot of
fucked
drugs,
up
partying.
jokes.
Yeah.
It
it's
definitely
pretty
couldn't
funny.
air today, for
Yeah.
sure.
It used to be on Spike, I think, like back.
Fuck
when-
yeah, it was on Spike TV. That's where all the shows were.
all the good ones.
Channel 56.
This is awesome.
Who do you think the youngest guy is on the podcast? My good man.
I don't want to go to jail, so I don't know. I don't know who you got.
It's okay.
Who is it though? Who is it?
Probably
Yeah.
Elijah.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
That we've had on the pod,
we've
or
had
that's
on?
on the pod?
I said on, but that we've had on? Yeah, probably
Elijah,
Maybe
100%.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys aren't 30 yet, right? You're
No.
I'm
25-ish.
31,
I'm 28,
He's 30.
31.
31.
26.
28.
Oh wow.
25.
How'd
Why'd
you
you
guys
look so surprised with
Well-
me? What am I not aged well?
I mean,
No.
you look like Trucker 40. Yeah.
Trucker
Trucker 40 is so
it's me being out.
bad.
Yeah, it's me being out all day in,
It's like
in the
regular
sun, being a
50.
ginger,
Wait
and
till
my
this man
skin's
puts the
just skin's not looking good.
Wait till this man puts a flannel with the cut off. He cuts the sleeves off, so it's a vest.
Oh, man. I wish I could pull that off. No, can't do it.
He
How'd
loves
you guys?
that shit.
Well, how'd you guys get? Okay, so here's the thing. So I was looking into this,
yeah.
and I couldn't find like a single page, like of what you guys do or how you got started. And I can only assume like all of you got your cars repoed at the same time. Like, how did you meet? I don't know. I
We
legitimately
met at
don't
the
know.
flea
How'd you guys
market.
get
We were
started?
picking corn
No,
one day.
yeah, we met at the flea market. He was selling tadpoles. I was just selling whatever scrap I could find.
At the flea
This is
market.
true. At a flea market.
Oh, so
Jesus.
So it was so we started during COVID, and he got me listening to podcasts, and I'm like, bro, like, we could for sure do this. But he was like, I already started a podcast with my brother, you know. We'll get you on, though. They never got me on, though, you know, assholes. But I was like, dog, they ended it. I was like, let's start a podcast. I was all about it. And he's like, tell you what, if you buy all the shit, we'll do a podcast. And I was like, done. I bought all the shit. You know, the longest part, I think, was coming up with a name for us.
Yeah, no, it took a little bit. We spent about a month or two working it up.
Which ones didn't make it?
They weren't bad. 2 Beards in a Pod was the one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like almost just a blatant rip off of Bert Kreischer's podcast, but that's why I didn't want to do it.
I didn't even know Bert Kreischer had a pod at the time. I only knew about Stiff Socks.
Yeah.
With Trevor Wallace, so I wasn't too deeply invested. I was just like, dude, I say a lot of outlandish shit, and like if we could like let other people hear it, I was like, I could definitely like be about that.
Well, the thing was that we were on the phone for about 3 hours every day. I'm a mailman, so I'm on the phone constantly. And we were on the phone every time he got off his midnight shift. We would get on the phone for about 3-4 hours, just talk bullshit, make jokes and everything, and it worked out great. Fast forward, we start the podcast and everything. This is where we met him. He was homeless in a trailer park, and we drove by. We saw him sitting on the side of the road, and he said, we'll work for, you know.
He was like watering
I
garbage.
could see him looking at me, and I'm like, I know he might believe me, so I'm like, I can
He had
keep
his
going.
pants
I
where his
I
shirt
don't want to
should have
offend
been.
anyone.
You
know?
had-
like,
you had
all
me
right,
going
he
for a
looks
little
good
bit.
you look good for homeless. You look better than Trucker 40.
He had a flannel where he had his legs where his arms should have been.
No, he joined in with another guy to do tech stuff, and it didn't work out with the other guy, but he stayed on. And
No, because you guys take this seriously. It's a really nice setup and everything.
Thank you.
I appreciate you having me out.
We,
so I was just like, I didn't know. So you guys just met each other here? You just get together
No,
and shoot the shit? That's it,
we've
huh?
been friends since like I would say 5th grade playing baseball.
Okay.
And
me
then
and him grew up together.
Yeah.
He hated my fucking
I
guts.
hated him.
I was
which
the
is
bully.
crazy, and now we're best friends.
Yeah. Look at him. Fucking look at him, dude.
I know.
Well, look at him. I bully him too. Look at him. He
Sure
wears
you
that
do.
same fit every fucking podcast. It's
New
just
jeans?
Black, black, black.
New jeans.
No, don't buy it.
I swear
They're,
to God.
they're fucking washed.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah,
new.
no, they're washed,
They're-
yeah.
Or did
New
you?
hoodie. Shout out the hoodie.
Oh my god, he used to be so bad on his hygiene. He does great now. He used to shower once a week, like as a mailman. You
Are
know,
you
in the
keeping
summer.
score at home on like the number of showers he takes?
Well, he does now. He keeps his own
Give
score.
him a razor for his birthday.
See, this man's talking. Let me ask you a question. We're going
Well,
to
listen,
get right
he
into
just-
this one. When
he
you wipe
just-
your ass, do you ball it or do you fold it?
Do I what?
Ball
When
your
you
toilet
wipe your
paper?
butthole, when you take
yeah,
a poo-poo.
Fold, yeah. Fold.
You fold
Fuck
it, you're a
you.
responsible
Yeah.
human being.
Fold,
you
but it's got to
understand-
be like bigger than my hand.
Yeah,
So
so-
like nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
you
like
don't want
a-
to get poop on your hand. I
It's like
understand
a
that completely.
Trifold. Yeah.
So what if I told you that somebody in this room balled up their toilet paper and just...
Mix the toilet paper loofah.
I say they might be homeless in a trailer park. I don't know.
You might be.
Yes.
You might be wrong.
you guys both...
You might be wrong. Even my homeless trailer park ass wouldn't do
Well, I
that.
saw dude wipes in there. Who uses the dude wipes?
This ain't
That's
my
me.
house.
Here?
Yeah.
That's his alternative to shower.
I never have.
yeah.
I was really tempted.
That's his
but-
alternative
It's
to a
great.
shower.
It's fabulous.
Is it?
No, he balls it. He's a baller. Been a baller his whole life. This
Whoa.
guy's... He was struggling so hard with this.
Took a drink right when he was about to give the answer away, and I was like, I'm terrible with liquor. Terrible with liquor, but I still like it.
I'm just glad we didn't shake hands.
I wipe with this hand, so this hand's my dominant. We're
You're
cool
a
with that.
lefty wiper?
Yeah.
Your dominant hand is right, and you wipe left-handed.
With a ball of.
This guy
But-
straight up is like...
Bro, it feels weird
with
doing
a
it on the
knuckle
right.
on
But
his butt.
I think that's old school though. Like I think people were right-handed, and you were supposed to wipe with your left, and that's why you like shake with your right and everything. Because like your left, people didn't have toilet paper. What, 150 years ago? So that was
This
the
is
whole
like a
thing.
thing
Like
in
you
India.
had, you
Thank
had to
you,
use,
Steven.
but you had to use your left hand.
Yeah,
Like
you
that
have
was
your-
the common practice back then.
That's why we don't dap up right-handed. What
Okay.
you mean?
Nobody fact checked that, but
I think this is still a thing in like India. You have like your eating hand and your wiping hand.
yeah,
It's still a thing.
Damn.
Thank you. I'm just fucking old school, bro.
like medieval old school.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro.
No, let's not. Can we not? Oh,
Shit.
my
Dog,
God.
That was
we
the best
may?
medieval loop I've ever heard in my life. And it was just an hour. How long was it? Over an hour and some change of just Eminem. No
Are you a
words.
Zen guy? Do you
Good
want a
stuff.
Zen?
Medieval
Have you ever
beat.
had a Zen?
No, I don't even know what it is.
Are you a nicotine guy?
Well, I'll smoke a cigar, but not really cigarettes or tobacco.
We call them Zimbabwe's.
This is just nicotine.
What was that? You just put that on your tongue, like a new school chew.
It's just like a chew, yeah.
But you don't have to. You don't have to spit it out.
Minus
It's
the
just
tobacco.
nicotine.
I'd probably choke and kill myself.
So do you
I mean,
want
you'd
one?
get a lot of views.
I was about to say, so do you want
It's a little lip pillow right there,
one?
baby.
What's a little lip pillow right there,
Right there, baby.
There you go, Nick.
Nope. Citrus sucks. 6 milligrams is too much.
He said he had 3. He had a 6 today, and
Oh.
he sent it to our
Is that-
chat.
Oh, sorry. go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Does that save you from smoking though? Is that?
I
No.
chewed since I was 13 years old, so
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
was tired
jealous
of
of-
spitting.
Yeah,
And
I'm
so-
jealous of chewer. I think it's cool.
Ew.
Yeah,
You think chewing tobacco is cool?
that's cool. Well, it's cool. I like
Hit me with your logic on this.
no, I like the carrying the tin in the back pocket. It seems
Oh,
very
it looks like a roll
like
of electrical tape.
cowboyish, you know.
There was a couple jeans I had where it was there, and I was like, and it's weird too because I was so proud of it, and I don't know why, but like when you chew like that and you get your circle, and you can take it out and your circle's still there, you're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's not that I was always checking guys' back pockets. But
I was gonna get to that.
I'm just
point,
like-
but we were gonna get there, but you took it.
I know.
That's what
No,
every
but
time
it
you
just-
saw the dude's ass, and you were like, no,
Like it looked like
Nice.
Like you get that in your Levi's, and then you see the Marlboro Man, and he was like some French dude, you know. It's like no, I would rather
He's
chew.
like,
if
I'm
I was
cold
gonna do
smoking
anything.
was way
Yeah.
I'm a
cooler.
Marlboro man. For
Marlboro
sure.
Red 100.
But I'm talking about like the Marlboro Man. That might even be before your time. You know, like the
He
advertising.
was a
guy?
little
Yeah, I know what you're talking
feminine. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
they
just had,
stopped
like a little.
They stopped
silhouette.
airing them before my time.
Like you
but,
like
I
the
knew who it
neon
was.
sign with him.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
chaps, but no circle in the chaps.
Because
You know, he would have been a real He would have been a real cowboy.
He had
was
the box mark on the sleeve.
on the sleeve. Yeah.
Bro, cowboys are dope.
Grease
I don't
mark.
think I'd be able to be a cowboy.
No, I don't think so.
They
either.
work long. work long days. Look at me. I'm built like a twig, and I'm scared of horses.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either.
But yeah, it probably that checks them all off.
I'd be like, what's
Horses
that
are scared of me.
I'd be like, who's that mother Jimmy from Yellowstone? Oh, I wouldn't know how to ride. I wouldn't know how to wrangle. I wouldn't know how to do nothing. But I know how to wear the Wranglers. Brett Favre.
Oh my fucking gosh.
He's ripping fucking schools off and shit. He's got to do Wrangler commercials.
So let's get in this. Yeah. So so how long have you been in comedy since you were 41 years old?
Yeah, so I did my first open mic in 2014.
Okay.
So that's like, 9 years ago? But I was one of those guys where I always had a career. I always wrote and I loved comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I want to try it. So I tried it. And then it's brutal if like you have kind of no guidance, no friends in the business.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So you go to these open mics and all the comics know each other. They're all friends. You know, they don't laugh at you. And you're like trying. So I did maybe for the first couple of years for a year. You know, so I was like kind of
4
dabbling.
open mics a year.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I was
wow.
like,
Just dipping
I was like
your
kind
feet in.
of dabbling a little bit,
Yeah.
but I still continued to write until COVID hit, and then I ended up taking an online workshop that was kind of changed the way completely I do comedy, and it's been really good, and I've been
What
doing
was
it.
it? What did you do?
So there's a coach, comedy coach. The guy's name's Dave Schwensen.
Okay.
He runs it out of the Improv, but when COVID hit, he did it online, and
Okay.
I always had his book. Like I had his book even before I did the open mic.
Oh, so you're a student of the game.
Yeah, so I read his book, and I always got his emails, but I was always a little too chicken to sign up, you know,
Okay.
for the actual live workshop at the Improv. So I did the online one because I was like, well, at least I'll be at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who's going to remember Zoom shows and stuff? So when I got in, I was telling the jokes the very first time, and basically what there is 8 people. You get 10 minutes each, and then Dave kind of moderates it.
Okay.
And all the other comedians that are on the call can give you like feedback on your material. And then at the last session, you invite all your friends and family to join the Zoom, and then you do your 5 minutes.
Okay.
So the idea is you start with nothing, you go 4 weeks, and at the end of that, you have 5 minutes. Okay, for better or for worse. And I did like the jokes that I had written back in the day, like, you know, when I was starting, basically bar shows that I was doing. And I remember there's one lady in there, and I told this joke, and this lady was like, "Oh, Steve, I did not like that at all."
Oh no.
Yeah. And to me, it wasn't offensive or anything, but I did realize that's when it really clicked. It started to realize that there are different audiences. Like when you do a bar show late at night, you know, you got to have certain jokes to make that crowd laugh because they're going to be drunk. They're going to want the dirty stuff. They're going to want, you know,
Right.
outlandish
Kinda
comments.
gotta like learn to read the room in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. But like if you're doing a show at 7 p.m. in a suburb, you know, you're going to have people in their 40s and 50s
Right.
that they don't want to hear about dick jokes for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, and
you know,
big fat loads of cum.
Yes, that too. So
I told you you're gonna have a blast with him today. You're gonna have a great time.
So So anyway, like I just started writing for that workshop, and I was like, all right, it was more of a challenge. Like, can I take some of the jokes that I already have and maybe convert them into clean or cleanish, to what they were, and I couldn't. So I just came back the second week, and I had a completely new set. And some of those jokes that I wrote that second week, I'm still doing today, and they're some of the best that I had.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
So
what was the one joke that was too offensive? That was like, oh no.
The first one was I've been trying to meet women lately, and I haven't met them online, so I haven't told this in a while, but I went to the Special Olympics, to meet women because it's a lot easier for me to fuck in a handicap stall, a lot more elbow.
Oh fuck.
There's a lot more elbow room in there.
Oh my god, dude, that's so
That is
funny.
good.
Fist me, bro. That's gold.
I don't know if it's gold.
I don't know if it's
Gonna ruin me now, but
You're gonna ruin me now.
but the joke is that I'm not. So as soon as you say Special Olympics, you think that you're obviously taking advantage of someone with special needs. But the joke is that I'm fat, and not that I
Right.
was meeting it. But
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
first hear it, you don't really get that.
Right.
So people are just like, what is he doing? But, so
What is he
anyway, I
doing?
had to obviously that's one I don't even really do anymore. But then the other one they didn't like, I remember in the early days that I liked, was I said I tried to pick up women at a PETA rally, like the ethical treatment for animals.
Yeah.
And I would wear a sign. that's like meat is murder. And on the back it would say, but these buns are delicious. And then they would just be like, I don't like, because you're saying PETA, So they think somehow you're a PETA.
Right.
So it's like,
making fun of them.
it's kind of like clicking, like this is how audiences sometimes interpret the jokes.
Right.
Because they want to laugh without thinking about it. And when you make
Right.
them think, or you try to argue the position afterwards, it never works out for you.
Because half the people that are at comedy shows have maybe a 10-second thought process, and if you make them think, they're like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Learn that, and I'm like, "Oh, this is not." We're gonna do open mics, and it's gonna be pretty fucking hard for I think half of this group because we're gonna be trying to start up a little thing, and everybody's gonna be like, "Where are we at in this?"
Well, I wondered, do you guys do comedy, or you just are
Never done it yet.
Okay.
Never done it
I
yet.
just just don't know. I just don't know how to write a joke.
We're working on it. We're working on,
You use a pen.
and I don't want to air out anything yet.
Not that pen.
Yeah. We're not going to announce anything quite yet, but we are working on potentially hosting comedy shows.
Okay.
And so we are going to be opening them up and kind of knocking off the rust to see what happens, and as well as having all these cool comedians at a certain place. We're not going to announce anything yet, but if we're on the works of it, we want to get a bunch of really cool comedians there and start something up cool. And that's where we're going to all rotate and bomb in front of everybody and then let everybody else actually do the comedy.
I don't think you guys would bomb. I think bombing is a little bit exaggerated. And when I bomb, I blame myself. It means I'm just not prepared.
What's the worst bomb you've ever had?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many. My problem is
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be.
I bomb late night open mics. That's where I go and I'll test out jokes in front of a midnight crowd and all other comedians, and they don't laugh at all. And then I'll go, but it gets the rough draft out of my mouth.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
I
you got to
run
work it
through
out. Yeah.
And there's never, and I used to practice in my basement by myself, so I'm used to no laughs. Because when I first started out, the lights freaked me out. The lights, and then hearing your voice in a microphone was totally different than so I actually set up a microphone and stereo in my basement and a construction work spotlight. And I would turn the lights off and I would put the spotlight on and I would practice with the mic in a spotlight in my basement just to get used to it.
That's crazy.
How much did that translate to actually being on stage? Did that help?
It did. Oh yeah, it helped because then I think it was the spotlights at the time. I remember at TikTok Tavern, that room was so dark and the spotlight was right in my eyes, and my brain would kind of freak out because now you can't see, so it's just black. So I think my brain went into a survival mode where I couldn't remember the jokes. I didn't know then your sense of hearing becomes a little bit more in tune, but then all I hear is my voice through the microphone, which is something I'm not used to hearing either. And then also no laughs. So it just really freaked me out. And that's why I didn't do it much until I figured out it might be the light. And then, so I did that in my basement and it got me a lot more comfortable so that when COVID was over and the rooms started opening again, I went up. It felt a little more natural, and with the new material, I was a lot more confident in it. So.
Nice. And you are a clean comic.
It's clean, although I do tackle dark subjects. I just really don't swear, and I don't do like graphic sexual references. And it's really not on purpose. It's just the way the jokes come out. Like, when I'm just writing, it just is like, well, can I, if I use a word here or there, and then I switch it with another word, like, could that be funnier? And usually the funnier word is a little bit cleaner.
That's interesting.
But and lucky for me, like so far in the last 2.5 years, I've been doing it straight. I've been getting a lot of bookings because of that. And I think some comics take offense when you say you got to work clean to get booked. It's not, you don't have to. And it's not that you're not funny if you're working dirty. I mean, Elijah says whatever he wants. He's hilarious. But if you're not as hilarious as Elijah is doing it, then you have to figure out a way to get into rooms to get more experience to do those jokes.
Right. Kind of like your avenue in a sense.
Yeah. So I get booked steadily in all kinds of rooms. Like I'm doing a cancer benefit. I'm doing a bingo show, a comedy bingo show, which is going to be weird. I've never done it before.
That's going to be interesting.
It's like you put all the jokes on a bingo card and then comedians rotate and do 5 minutes at a time.
That's fun.
And then when the subject comes up, you hit it. But I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm going to be up there. Somebody's going to hit bingo. That person's going to be happy, but then the rest of the room's going to be all pissed off.
And you still have 4 minutes to go, and you're like,
right.
you guys want to hear the rest of my jokes, or are you guys done?
Are we done now? Yeah. So I feel like the biggest bomb of my life is coming up in November.
What's the best show you've had?
The best show,
like most memorable.
There's a guy, Shane Herman, that books a room out in Youngstown or Warren at this place called Cap and Cork. It's a pizza and wine shop, but they have this performance stage, and it looks like the Improv. They have like a brick background and everything.
Nice.
That room is so good, and Shane's so nice. I've done like 15, 20.
Shout out Shane.
Yeah, 20 minutes of. Do you guys know him?
No. We're just shouting him out, man.
All right, yeah. Shout out Shane Herman. And he's so nice. That room is so good, attentive. And again, I've done my longest sets there, like 15 to 20, and they're just so much fun. I don't know what it is about that room, but maybe it's just you're surrounded by wine, everybody's drinking. But
hell yeah, I like that. So let's dive into you a little bit, because I want you to really, after this episode, be known by fucking everybody, because your set, when we had you on the one episode, it was not episode, but the week of the comedy contest, it was me and you, I believe, at the time. No, you were.
It was me and you.
Me and you? Yeah, and then it was okay. So when we ended up finishing that one off, everybody, when we went back on there, we immediately said you top notch. You for sure were passing. Because what we did with the comedy contest, we went and everybody picked 2 people. And if we paired up on one person immediately, we were just done with it. And me, Bill, and him all said you. And then the next one, we had to kind of like scrounge around and figure it out. So it was pretty cool on that one. I wanted to know, on your part, what is your favorite joke that you have?
That I have today that I do?
Yeah.
I think there's probably 2, and the reason is they are different. One is like one of the, you ever like listen to musicians, how they like write a song and it just came out and it's like perfect song.
Okay.
So one of the jokes is the airplane Diet Coke joke. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one I wrote, and then it was basically perfect. Like I've never really changed it.
Okay.
And it always gets a good laugh. And I even remember telling it for the first time to my buddy. We were driving in the car, and I was just like, I said the punchline, and he like almost had to pull over and laughed out loud. And I didn't even think it was that funny.
That was a great joke. I would love for you, because one of the reasons why we do that is because he wasn't there all those weeks. He didn't get to see any of it. And so every time, like for Elijah, we had to show him his stuff. He doesn't like black comedy at all. He doesn't know.
It's oddly true. I don't know.
I like 85.
Comedy's relatable. If you don't relate to where the comedian came from, it doesn't matter. Like it could be a comedian from Hungary. And if you didn't come from Hungary, you're not going to relate.
Also, don't like
don't defend him.
Right.
We attack him.
Yeah, I'm going to stay
He's the smart one over there, and we have to punch at him because he's just too smart.
All right.
And every time we say something dumb, he corrects us, and then we have to be like,
It's
wait till
fun.
after this podcast.
Well, he's just the oldest, right? Didn't we get
Yes,
to-
oldest, wisest,
Oldest and wisest.
highest altitude of anybody.
Yeah, no, that's true. When I sat back
Yeah.
there, I felt a lot smarter than everybody over here too. So
It's amazing,
makes
right?
sense. Yeah. But if you want to, if you would like to, you don't have to. But if you'd like to run through that, I think that'd be great. I think that'd be super sick.
Oh yeah, sure. So I've flown recently. I love airplanes because my diet stops at the jetway. Like if that thing goes down, Diet Coke's not going to be my last drink ever.
Hell no, it can't be.
Right. But if I'm up there, even if I'm up there, and like we just hit a little bit of turbulence and I'm drinking diet, I'm going to be all in my head like, wait, is a plane crashing or is it just my sugar? Plus, though, can you tell if the plane really? Could you imagine if the plane really does crash? They find my body next to a can of Diet Coke. It's just gonna be sad. It's just gonna be like, hey, look at that. He
was trying.
He thought he had a future.
God, dude. He thought he had a future.
Yeah,
That's
like
so good.
So anyway, on that joke, that punchline just like came to me for whatever reason, and it's been a good one ever since. The other one is the microwave joke. Is probably my favorite, but it's the reverse. The microwave joke is one I gave up on 50 times. I'm like, this is never going to be funny.
Should never give up on that fucking joke. That joke that killed.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good joke now. But it's one of those. It's one of those. I gave up on it. It was so bad. I'm like, there's nothing here. I mean, I won't do the whole thing because it's a little bit of a longer one. But the whole premise is that you can use a microwave on power level 1. Like, what would be the point of, who would invented that? Like, I could put a hot dog under my armpit. It would cook faster than anything in power level 1. But then it gets into like nuking and World War II, which is why I say I do tackle like some dark subjects there, but it's in a clean way.
No, I thought it was really, really well prepared with that one. And I was like, that's a really nice way of saying that we nuked the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
So I really liked the way that he went about it. And I was like, man. And it made me think about it. And I was like, what the fuck was up with microwaves? Why the hell are they at 1 power? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? What are we
Whatever
doing
use
here?
it.
Why are we slow
Yeah.
cooking a roast for like 4 days?
Right. Yeah. I'd say ribs, It took
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
Took
yeah.
them 7 days.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And I was
7 days?
It's a joke.
Oh. I was like, man, low and slow for real on the smoker.
goodness fucking gracious.
No, but yeah, so like the microwave joke. So anyway, those are probably my two favorites because they get some of the microwave joke always gets laughs up front. It depends on the audience when you get to the nuclear bomb joke, whether or not. And I've learned in a comedy club audience, sometimes if I'm opening, because I'm usually opening now, I'm just opening and hosting, I just say, when it's like dead silent, they don't know if they should laugh or not. I just say, look, folks, I'm just the opener. You got to loosen up. And then it like breaks the tension a little bit. And then I finish the joke and go to the next one. And it's worked out. But yeah, those two jokes are like opposite, and they're probably the most consistent ones that I have.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
Well, okay, let's get before comedy. Who were you before comedy? Because you started just a couple years ago.
Yeah, so I did. Well, I grew up really religious, probably like a lot of comedians, and then I actually went to Bible school in Chicago to be a pastor.
Jesus,
Lasted
1
year. Yeah, and I'm trying to work on the material, like from that, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like religion's been so overdone by comedians. It's like hard to find a really unique take on it, but.
you got your own little avenue for it. I mean,
Yeah.
what you've done.
Well, I feel like the best way to quit religion is to learn as much as you can about religion. then you like figure out it's pretty much
Don't
bullshit.
get that
I
guy
had 12
started.
years
Yeah,
of Catholic
yeah.
school.
Oh,
yeah.
Got me the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and then when I got back, I was always really good with computers. I got a job working building like surveillance equipment. Like
Dude, that's badass.
build like alarm clock cameras and bugs and like wires and stuff for police departments.
Oh, wow.
And then I met this former FBI guy that had his own PI firm, and I joined up with him, and I was a private investigator for like 13 years.
Jeez.
Damn. What's
Damn.
the craziest story you got on that?
There's so many crazy. I mean, I did surveillance, like straight surveillance, maybe for the first 5 years. Although I was with computers, so I did computer forensics later on. But one time, and I never got caught. Like we had vans, we had smoked windows, cameras, and I was out here a lot, out west here, all over the state. We did it. But anyway, this one guy, it was out in Ashtabula. I was trying to watch this guy at his house, and it's Ashtabula, so it's country. Like there's
Right.
nowhere to park. There's nowhere to do anything. So there's 2 parallel streets, and I'm driving up and down this one street about every 15 minutes just to check to see if the guy left yet. Because if he left, I could probably find him in the area and then follow him for the day. And I went down and back one time, and then I went to the McDonald's to use the bathroom. So I go to the McDonald's, and when I get out of the McDonald's, this old guy, puts his foot out. Like, sorry. I stepped
No,
on my
you're
foot.
good. You're good.
But he puts his foot out in the middle of the aisle, and he's like, "What are you doing driving down my street?" You know, like that guy followed me.
Oh,
and I didn't even see him. But it wasn't the guy that I was watching. It was some other guy that just, like, I used his driveway to turn around in, and he was all pissed off, you know?
He followed your ass.
Yeah.
to the Mickey
So I
D's.
told him, I was like, you know, I was young. I was just like, I'm looking at buying property or some, you know, bullshit story. And he was just like, if I ever see you again, I'm shooting you or something like that. Like, I couldn't even process what he was saying. But, like, I always thought McDonald's was like my safe place. But,
You were wrong that day.
yeah, it's not anymore.
Do you have any crazy stories from Chicago? Like, how was that experience? You said you made it a year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a rules guy. The college I went to was almost like a military camp. I mean, like you had to be up by a certain time. Your bed had to be made. Your hair had to be cut short. In fact, like I would always get demerits because your hair was not allowed to touch your ears.
Okay.
So even if it was this short and the hair was touching the ears, you'd get demerits. And like I got demerit. And then the guy was like, well, it's not my fault. Your ears are so close to your head. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. But like even even the benches had dividers on it. So like, because you couldn't like touch women, guys and girls couldn't touch at all. No holding hands, no kissing. I mean, that was immediate expulsion. So like the benches had like, so what I realized though is I went to college with like a bunch of pastors' kids, and these were very sheltered kids. And even though I grew up religious, my parents were always really kind of lax. Like I went to public school. Like my dad, the reason I'm a fan of comedy, my dad always had the VHS tapes. And the VHS tapes he had was like Gallagher, Bill Cosby, Eddie Murphy. Like all those specials he had. And Gallagher and Bill Cosby I could watch later on. You know, he let me watch the Carlin and Eddie Murphy stuff because it was so dirty. But what I did once for a speech class, I had to write this thing and I was never good at homework. So I did Gallagher. Do you guys know who Gallagher is?
Mm-hmm.
A comedian. Do you guys know?
I don't know.
Okay, so if anyone out there listening doesn't know, he was a zany comic in the 70s and 80s. He would have like roller skates on stage. He would have like this big couch, like the couch that took up an entire stage, and he would jump on it as if he was like a 3-year-old kid again. And he had like almost like Carrot Top before Carrot Top.
Okay.
But as a kid, he's doing this wild stuff, on roller skates and jumping on couches and everything. And so you just love it. Well, his closing bit was called the Sledge-O-Matic, and he would bring out this watermelon and put it on stage, and then he would do this whole bit, but the front rows had like plastic coverings, and then at the very end he smashes watermelons and fruit and it gets all over everybody, and he's like selling this thing called the Sledge-O-Matic. So that was my speech. I did the Sledge-O-Matic bit from Gallagher, word for word, and I got like some fruit from the office, I got a sledgehammer from the maintenance office, and I just winged it because I had watched this bit so much as a kid. And then it was like A++++, like
Hell
they
yeah.
loved it. And I was like, these idiots have never even seen this. Yeah. So, I mean, and then we would just stay. I worked at a cell phone store. T-Mobile was brand new. It was only in Chicago. And, you had to be back like right after work. But like after work, we would close and me and the other guy would like go to downtown Chicago and have a good time stuff. Then I get back late at night. I didn't like rules. I'm not really a rules guy.
Crazy awesome food out there.
No, we had peanut butter sandwich.
Food, dude.
What?
I mean, this was 24 years ago.
True.
What made you want to join?
What?
What made you want to join?
When I was a senior in high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had what I felt like was a legit calling to be a pastor. And I don't know if it's the same thing that maybe calls you to be a comedian too, because my brother-in-law is a pastor, and it's like now we almost do the same things. We just talk about completely different stuff. But I mean, he's up there writing speeches, giving speeches, and
Praising the
sermons.
Lord.
Yeah, praising the Lord, whatever they do. And
Whatever they do.
And I don't know, like I think maybe there's something about it. When I kind of did like what you guys did in creating this. Like if this was available when I was a kid, like in the early 90s, we would have done that. Because me and 2 other guys from my church, who are still my friends today, we had what they called the Al, Mike, and Steve show. And we started on a cassette recorder. just a cassette recorder, and we would be like, hey, welcome to the L. Mike and Steve show, and then later on we would dub in like wacky noises, and stuff, and we would do and then my one buddy got a video camera that actually recorded video black and white on a cassette tape, and I even forgot the name of this thing, but this was like before any other really portable recorders came out, and we did like different sketches, we had one called Stories from the John, where we'd always start off with like somebody's ankles, and
that's awesome.
Let me tell you a story, and we'd come up, and then we had another one called Thugs, where we were detectives and trying to like chase down, but we would do like stunts, like we'd have people almost get run over in cars and locked in trunks, and oh god,
so you were potentially the very first podcaster ever.
Yeah, I guess you got. Yeah, I'll take that credit.
This is crazy.
It sounds like he was like a YouTube stuntman before even YouTube.
Yeah, you would have been crazy on YouTube at the time.
Yeah, but the only audience you had was whatever friends you could gather around the TV.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
I did one where I was like the crocodile hunter, but I called myself the chick hunter, even though, and we would just walk by the mall and I would just make comments about chicks in an Australian accent.
Boy. Look at the ass on that one.
Look at the tail.
We did like a bowling show. We took over a bowling alley, and I did like cartwheels and stuff over the ball return. I mean, we did all this stuff, but like there was no place to put it at the time.
Damn. That's
so I'm a little jealous of you guys having like the outlet to just kind of get together and like, yeah, let's do this. Let's start it. I like that.
You don't have the tapes?
My buddy does, yeah.
Oh, bro, there you go. I'm sure there's some technology now. There's converters now. I'm sure you could convert a cassette tape.
He's getting hesitant. He goes,
I don't know
about that.
but I don't know if it would fly in today's. We're talking the.
He said, I looked at the footage. And,
early mid '90s doesn't translate very well today.
So you're saying is you would have taken a little punch on that when you guys did a little crazy stuff back then.
We probably did. I mean, I think most of it's pretty clean. I'd have to go back and look, but no one would find it funny. I mean, with the amount of comedy that's out there today,
right?
Like, no one would really find it that funny today, except for us. Like looking back on it, like I can't believe we did that. Like,
you guys need to go back and watch that. Those are the sick moments. I love those.
Oh, for sure.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's been a few years now, but I think like 10 years ago we went and watched a few. Like, I don't think my wife has seen any of them, at least.
Oh, yeah. Hey, round of applause. Yeah. Recently married.
Yeah, no.
Life it's weird
is
to over.
Say. It's weird to say, my wife, yeah.
Yeah, how was that? How was that, the weight on your finger now?
This is really weird, and I'm only wearing it because I'm on camera. And if she watches, she'd be like, why aren't you wearing it? But I have a little case that I keep it in. I don't like wear it at home. I feel like I'm going to damage it or something.
What kind of cheap-ass ring did you buy?
No, this is expensive. Well, I mean, it is cheap.
Platinum, baby.
Anybody out there is cheap. Don't jump me. Look, I waited till I was 41 to get married, and found the right lady. Neither of us want kids, so I feel like getting married is the cheapest thing. Yeah, that's probably the easiest part is just getting married, and now we'll just have a real nice life together with a dog or something.
So you don't got an animal yet?
No, she came with a dog. So it's a big dog.
What kind?
Great Pyrenees. Nice. It's like big and white. There's hair.
fluffy.
Every time you vacuum, it's
big
like
white fluffy pup.
Oh,
hell
gosh.
yeah, bro. I know what you're talking about. They're like them some.
It looks like this. I mean, it looks like the web that's on the.
Oh, that's
table.
awesome.
Like just on the floor constantly. Like it's twice a day you vacuum that up.
I wouldn't
Twice
mind.
a day.
That big fluff ball. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you just want an animal though. That's a problem with you. He rents, so he can't have anything.
Hell no.
He wants a cat.
You don't hide like a chipmunk or something? Just to
No, we had a hermit crab, but he died. No,
are you sure?
No, he dead.
How does a hermit crab die?
That's what I'm saying.
It just becomes a shell? Or
he like decayed into a shell? Because I thought he was just like, I was like, hey, yo, bro, I'll flip you back over. He bellied up. I was like, I got you. I'll help you. He just never moved again for like 2.5 weeks, and I was like, yeah, babe.
He went to flip him over, broke his fucking
like,
neck.
I think I'm calling the coroner. I was like, I think he dead.
Fucking Nick just
Motherfucker was dead.
He thought he was doing something so nice. He goes, oh, buddy, here we go.
Yeah, literally like, oh, dude, what are you doing?
I think the perfect pet for me would be just a collection of dead hermit crabs. Because you just see the shell, and they'd be like, what's that? I'd be like, that's a hermit crab.
Well, bro,
but you never have to take care of it. No one knows as if it's alive or dead.
You gotta take care of it. You gotta feed them, and you gotta fucking.
Not if they're dead.
Yeah,
they look the same.
I was like, they're sponges. Like that's why I was like, bro, like I was wetting his sponges like 2 or 3 times a day. Motherfucker was thirsty.
What were you wetting it
It
with?
tasted like scotch, and I got pissed.
I bet that hermit crab would have came back alive for some of this.
Would do. So I think he died only just because my fiance brought him up from Alabama, like just bought him in a gift shop. And I think like he was so used to that. It was fucking December here. I think like the climate fucking, you know.
Yeah, you brought him to the fucking winter.
Yeah, I think that kind of fucked with him. But I had like a heater like you could buy at the pet store. You stick it to their enclosure, and it's supposed to keep the tank at a certain degree. I don't think it did a good job.
Cooked his ass, didn't you?
No, his ass probably froze.
Can you eat a hermit crab?
I thought about it,
Did
but
you?
I was like, it ain't worth it. You ain't gonna get meat out of them.
You get like a chomp.
They're small. You'll have to eat the whole you'll have to eat the shell and all, bro, just to get the meat.
How long did you have it?
before I threw him out?
No, before he died.
Oh, like 3 months.
How long before you realized he was dead?
What do you mean?
Like how long?
That exact question.
How long?
That
How long was
question.
he in the cage before you realized he was dead? 3 months? Like you think it died
No,
day one, or
I probably knew he was dead like a week, but I didn't throw him away for like a year.
Yeah, then you were proud of it, right? You're like, this is my hermit crab.
Well, no, I was
He's
just like,
really shy.
I was.
You're onto something here. That's what it is.
I just thought-
You lived his life.
Well, because I read online that they can go into some sort of shock.
Was it on like your Tinder profile? Like, this is my pet,
No,
and you just had to keep
he's
it?
shocked for 17 months. I think he's gonna pull out here real quick.
I thought it was like a
He just
coma,
needs-
you know?
he
I was
just
like,
needs a
I
new
ain't pulling
shell.
the plug, but you know, after some time, I'm like, bro, I gotta put my Xbox on my dresser.
I gave him
So
some
I was
sugar
like-
water. My hermit crab's in a diabetic coma for the next
I
6
was like,
months.
I was like, later, gave him some Sprite on accident. I'm just kidding. I never give him Sprite, but no, that's why I want a dog, dude. I'm home enough to take care of a dog, and Taylor don't want a dog. Just
Just imagine that dog sitting there for 7 months.
Yeah, how long would he take for him to realize the dog's not moving?
Just chilling in a room. Oh, he's back in the room somewhere. I
See,
don't know.
no, that's different. Dogs, they got 4 legs and they live outside of an enclosure. You know, not like a little tank. They live in a,
Yeah, you're not good with animals in enclosures.
No, I never
He
had
had a pig.
They're
No,
super
that's
easy.
different. I was good with him, dude. I had to get rid of him only just because we moved to a new house.
If you give dog a water once a week, they're going to be really thirsty,
No,
too.
dude, but hermit crabs, you didn't have to water as much. You filled up a sponge, and I soaked it in a water dish. That way he always had water for like 3 days. Just, they never drank out of the cup. It was the sponge they used because it was soft and shit. And they only ate like these red flakes.
This has been great.
They didn't use the bottles that are on like the hamster cages.
No.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
They don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, they don't drink like that.
How are they gonna up
They
on that
could.
motherfucker?
You don't know
what
what
I'm
they
saying?
do.
I don't. I do know what they do. They just run around in an enclosure and they don't do shit. It's kind of pointless to have them.
Would you get another one?
No. I mean, if Taylor wanted it, sure.
What about a turtle?
Turtles different. Turtles are cool.
What's your favorite animal?
Yeah.
What does a turtle do that a hermit crab doesn't?
It moves a lot faster, and you can take him out of his cage, and he can
You could
explore.
You can take the hermit crab out of his cage too.
You'll lose him.
Especially
You
if
can
it's
lose a
dead.
turtle.
Yeah. You can
One
actually
little
use
kick
it for
and he
poker
goes
chips
underneath
and
the
things
dresser,
like
and then you just never find him.
Bro, I'd want a dog. I'd want a big dog. That's more of the story. I'd want like a Saint Bernard or like a big old golden retriever.
Do you want a Great Pyrenees?
I would love one, but I just can't have one right now.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, dude, I'm down to have any dog really, as long as it's a dog and it fucking loves me.
What happens
it
if that
won't
dog
love
don't
you.
love you?
That's the saddest statement.
You going to the pound? The fuck you mean?
Jesus
What
Christ!
you mean? I'm gonna give you a home, a bed, water, food, all the loving to you, and you ain't gonna reciprocate that back to me?
And this is what I get.
Yeah, for real.
This is what I get.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd still try and find
You're
a way to
gonna be a
love
great
him.
parent.
I'd buy
Nick.
that.
You're gonna be a
I'd
great
have that
fucking parent, dude.
I'd bring in that motherfucker Caesar. Get him right, take it to a
Caesar?
trainer. You know who Caesar is?
Caesar, right?
Caesar. Yeah, my bad.
Caesar.
Caesar, man. You got to talk to the dog dominantly.
So no kids. You
Yeah,
don't
no,
have kids
yeah, no. I got a vasectomy.
Oh, nice.
I got a vasectomy. What was it, a year
Vasectomy.
ago? Hell yeah.
1 year ago.
We
You're
both
young.
got a vasectomy the same day.
Nice. How
I
was
had a
that?
kid first, though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have
How's
a
that
kid.
going?
It's fine. She's 8. She's great.
Oh, okay, good.
She
Can't
hates
play
him.
sports real well, but we'll get to it.
What the fuck?
Wow, dude, that's his
Yeah,
kid.
oh, nah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Try and defend.
I told him to leave her only just because single moms raise the greatest athletes. See her on draft day. I'm kidding.
I have no idea what we lost Nick.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
God, I think I'm
We let
too
him talk
high.
for too long at one spot, and now his brain's just like on a
To be
hyperdrive
fair,
trying.
I do have still some sort of a headache. You know, I did get
He
in a fight.
split his fucking eyebrow today,
Bro, yeah,
dude.
we're cutting in boots today, and I was like, hold up, let me grab it. Piece of wood we're cutting in, and dude just boom right into my face.
Can we
Split my
not have a
shit.
traumatic head injury for like 3 weeks?
Cody
That'd be
Ray.
great.
What?
I don't, every
Yeah, that
week,
golf
one of you
scramble
guys
that
has
we were
something
talking
fucked
about
up with
at
your
the
head.
at the
Yeah,
place.
who was the
Did
face
you-
plant?
That would be him.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Were you wearing an Augusta caddy thing? Or was it like a paint outfit?
It was just like a Dickies outfit, and then we put the logo on the back. We had somebody put the logo on the back.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it was like it was like for the Masters caddies type of spin off.
Kind of like a Happy Gilmore caddy.
Yeah.
That's the only costume. Like, I know you guys are going to, I'm not a Halloween guy. Like, I don't really like Halloween.
Same, dude. I like it for the candy, discounted candy, but
I
I'm
like
more
a
of a Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm more of a food guy, man.
discounted candy. Like, you still trick or treat and get the free stuff? Or like
No, the day after I go
Walgreens
get
2 days later? Yeah.
Walgreens is the best.
I'm with you.
Sorry.
No, but
We
that's,
said this whole me and Cody Ray spent so long working on this studio to make it nice and spooky for all of us, and now you just come out and air that
I
you
said
don't
it
even
last
fuck with
year.
that shit.
I said it last year.
Unbelievable.
We're doing the
I must have
fucking-
blacked it out because I couldn't
You,
believe the.
you were here yet. You were
No.
here. We're
You can
doing
have
the-
that take by
We're
any
doing
means.
the
Him,
whole month of
unbelievable.
horror months, and I was like, dude, I don't know what horror movies I like because I don't
Oh,
really like
yeah,
that
we
shit.
did do that.
Do you
last
want
year.
us to decorate for Christmas, Nick?
Bro, we need to go stupid for Christmas.
Okay.
You
See, it's
spend
so
as much
difficult
time
to
as
keep
Cody
up
Ray
with you.
did
Bro,
down
get
here
the-
with these
We're
fucking
gonna
webs.
replace them with 2 trees. Because I have a tree.
2 trees.
I'm buying,
trees.
I'm buying a new tree for my house. I'll bring my old one, put it over there.
You assign
Tinsel and lights. Oh, fuck, dude. We're going to be jolly jolly. Stockings we can hang. Fuck. Under the fireplace. What the?
it writes itself.
Dude, it does. Oh, my God.
Somebody yanked his cord.
Somebody yanked this cord out what you're saying.
Oh, yeah,
You guys
a
did
snake
me a
in his
favor and
boot.
put a hermit crab in his stocking for me.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
can't be alive.
1,000%.
Yeah.
No, we got a vasectomy last year. I just don't want kids. I don't know why, but I think I'd be a great father, but I
Same.
would rather have my own time.
Yeah.
I was talking about this at the dealership. I was at a car dealership getting my truck fixed, and they were asking me about it. And they were like, "You got a vasectomy at 25 years old?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, because I don't want to fucking sit there for 3 or 4 years and have to deal with a kid crying and bitching because he can't go to sleep, and I got 2 hours of sleep trying to work on this fucking kid going to sleep. I punch a kid. I'll throw him like a football.
You said 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, that's smart, man. That's smart at your age.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to do it, and I got married and still haven't.
Easy peasy. I'll hook you up.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
knows
The
a
next
guy.
right over,
He
that
knows
room
a
right over
guy.
there.
Yeah. That room over
It's on the way out.
little burn. No,
In
dude.
that room over
It was like 10 minutes. He's like, what music do you want to listen to? And I was like, let me listen to Sam Cooke. You know Sam Cooke?
Yeah, sure.
Hell
do,
yeah,
man.
I know you know Sam
Yeah.
Cooke. You young fuckers don't know Sam Cooke. And he's like, I'm like, play Sam Cooke. Played Sam Cooke, and he just cut my shit up. Took 10 minutes. All
Cut
little
my shit
sizzle
up?
go up. And easy peasy
What
lemon
was it,
squeezy.
like
I was
Cupid?
done.
Cupid.
Oh no, it was
That's all right. Not memorable, obviously.
no,
But I
See,
like the selection.
We
of it.
listened to Californication in Santeria. I remember.
nice.
I got the song in my head right now. I'm trying to get to the chorus. of
Chili
it.
peppers is always a vibe, bro.
Always.
No matter what you're doing.
Thank you. Even when you're getting your balls snipped.
I was
Bro, I
talking
swear
about,
to God.
I was talking about Sublime the other day,
Yeah?
where because there was like some riots happening. I was like, what's that song where it's like, it only took one brick to make that window drop, and I finally found it, but it was Sublime,
Yeah.
like April
He's a
14th,
massive Sublime
1992 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was on the big '90s record.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I remember it. Where did you
But-
Where did you think I got the guitar that I'm playing today? I always like that.
And they were
love
going and running through the streets and,
Lyric.
and
Yeah, yeah,
stealing
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Who do you like more, the Chili Peppers or Sublime?
Sublime.
Sublime, yeah.
Wow.
If I had to choose between that.
Shit, I'm a Peppers man.
You look
Me
like
too,
a Peppers,
Nick.
dude.
Yeah.
What about Taylor?
I love the
Taylor's
Red Chili Peppers.
What
I
about
heard
you?
that they were playing a free concert in Sandusky. I almost went. It
When?
was the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Oh,
Which I still almost fucking went to, but then I realized it wasn't just bagpipers doing Peppers covers. They're doing their own original work. I'm like, why the fuck is that your name?
Bagpipers?
They were
was
bagpipers.
bagpipes?
They
Chili
were
And you
bagpipers,
didn't go?
but they weren't doing Red Hot Chili Pepper covers. That's
In
all I wanted.
bagpipes?
That's all I wanted the
Can
bagpipes
you imagine?
for. As soon as
Can't
I thought,
stop in bagpipes.
as soon as I thought it was all bagpipe covers of Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, I was so on board. Just like this medieval Eminem shit we had on.
that was
It's
hard,
so good.
dude.
But then
Oh,
it was
yeah.
none of that. It
Was
was
it
just
the video?
bagpipers.
The video for Danny California is him running topless, right? And like the aqueduct. That's what I couldn't.
Think so?
Every time
Yeah,
that
I
video,
think so. Danny California is a good song.
every time that video came on, I just had to turn that song off. I'm just like, I can't watch that guy
Whatever, man.
boobs flopping.
Boobs flopping.
I mean, if you don't remember that,
No, I have
remember
no idea what
watching,
you're talking about.
I remember watching music videos.
you know
so
the
like,
song.
Oh,
You know-
dude, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
watching music. Oh, God.
Have you ever seen the?
Muse. Remember that channel, Muse TV? It was just a bunch of music videos and music.
We
There
had
was
MTV.
yeah, there was MTV, VH1, and CMT. I mean, and I'm only saying not that I watched CMT. I'm just saying because it was.
I'm
there.
saying, I
Yeah.
remember the CMT channel.
Fuse was later.
Was it? I remember watching it before, like, going to school in first grade. I just turned that on. I don't know why.
in first grade.
Bro, what was that? That one song would always play. It's like, I found a reason for me.
Yeah, the reason.
Yeah,
By
that song-
Hoobastank.
Oh my god, that song would always come on. And I'm like, damn,
Oh.
dude, now I'm fucking sad going to
The
school.
worst.
You ever seen
Yeah.
the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch video? What's that song? Good Vibrations. You ever seen that music video? It's the weirdest music video ever.
I don't know
Talk
about
about
that.
Good Vibrations.
It's
You
really
got,
good vibrations. 'Cause, I mean, obviously that's a Beach Boys.
What's the
No, that's
Marky Mark
What's
in
the
the
music
Yeah,
video?
that's
Was-
Marky
did
Mark.
they cover the same song?
No, it's a different song, same name.
Same title.
It's
okay.
very different.
Yeah.
You'd know it if you heard it, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
I don't. I know Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, but
But
I
you
don't
don't
look
know
up.
Marky Mark and the Funky
But it was,
Bunch?
like, really weird.
I don't remember
He's like
it, no.
working out and then it'll cut to him scene. And he's like making out with a girl, and he said it'll cut back. He's like working out in some jailhouse with his shirt off, and it like cuts back to him.
I don't
making
think
out with a
he's
girl. It's, like,
changed
so
one
weird.
bit.
You ever eat at a Wahlburgers? They're fucking doing something, that family.
Let me ask you an important question here.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is what's going to make you stay or go at this
oh,
point
man,
right
here we go.
If you were trapped in a room for a week and you only had to listen to one band, all their songs on repeat, are you listening to Nickelback or are you listening to Creed?
Fuck, that's even hard for me.
So only the two. Okay, so I was thinking of it as an open-ended.
No, one
Question.
artist for
Yeah.
7 days.
It's
Can't
gotta
turn
be
it off.
only because I know the album way better. Their two albums. It's gotta be Creed for me. I think.
I think I'm gonna swan dive into the corner of the floor until I can't stand up anymore.
So what band would I rather kill myself to? Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
No, dude.
I think I'm
Creed,
Take
yeah,
Nickelback.
no, it's Creed.
Nickelback,
1,000%
I'm gonna be fucking punching holes in the wall. To
I would love
Animals.
Nickelback too, but
the
I would be
Creed-
tired of it after maybe 3-4 hours. But then Creed, every time with arms wide open, I'm back alive again, dude. With arms wide open.
And Higher. There was I used to know
Higher.
that album all the way through.
Can you
You know
At the
why?
Super
Because
Bowl?
back then, some of the church folk considered them Christian
Oh,
rock.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
They
okay.
did play
So it
that
was
line a
always
little
like
bit.
they didn't
allowable
go
to
platinum. They
play.
went myrrh.
Ha. That's good.
Thank you.
I
Like-
thought Steven would like that one.
Like frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not quite platinum.
Damn,
That's a deep cut, man.
I like
that.
For Nick,
You're
you
back
gotta
to
understand. You've had Nick for 50 minutes. I've been here for a year watching Nick make jokes. I liked that one. Your barometer has to be set properly.
He said, "Man, you did
Proud dad.
actually decent on that one."
Proud dad moment.
Yeah, proud dad moment.
Oh shit!
I don't know what myrrh is. I never looked that up.
Yeah, Nick, what is myrrh?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know. I don't even know what frankincense
Did your
is.
dad tell you that joke and you never fell off it?
No. I just know that Christian rock.
That they brought baby Jesus a lot of weird fucking gifts.
Yeah, like who the fuck? What else did they bring? Frankincense, myrrh, and there's a third thing.
Gold.
Gold. Okay, that's cool.
That one makes sense.
That's cool. That one makes
That's
sense.
cool.
But what the fuck is
That's
myrrh?
Cool. They gave Jesus some sweet change.
They gave him some heavy pockets out the rip. You know what I'm saying? Out the womb.
Fuck.
I wonder if he had a grill. I wonder if we had Jesus all
So
wrong.
Creed, so you're Nickelback?
No, I was gonna
Kill yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
He said, "I'm just, I'm
Oh, you don't want
Swanton
Creed or
Bond and
Nickelback?
like,
I
Damn.
think I'm all right.
I can't even think of a Nickelback song right now. I know if I heard it, I would know.
burn
it,
it to the ground."
How you remind me?
Photograph.
Yeah.
Myrrh has been used as perfume, so they brought him like fucking perfume.
They said, "Hey, this girl pussy fake."
There's some fragrance.
She was a virgin, dude. Don't you believe
That's
that?
probably why.
What? Okay.
Moving on.
Let's move on.
I don't know if we can, man.
I don't know if we can, man.
So was that golf outing? Was that a one and done thing, or is that something?
Fuck, no, you're coming next year.
Yeah, we're gonna try
no,
to
I'll
do
play.
it.
Yeah.
Hell
We're
yeah! I
gonna
saw
try to
you're
do
an
it every
avid
year.
golfer, and
Yeah,
we
golfer.
talked about
Oh,
you.
no
We
shit.
talked about it with you,
Yeah.
and you had plans that weekend, but we wanted to get an 8 out of 10 on it, and we hit a 10, maybe even 11 out of 10. We had 30 teams sign up total
Okay.
first year,
That's great.
and we had a lot of fun. Two comedians.
Exceeded expectations.
Yeah, two
Was
comedians. It was Chris Harvey and Jay Hunter roasted people on hole 10, every team.
I gotta say, I've had that idea 15 years ago. I called it the heckle hole.
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
yeah,
you're
dude.
man.
It was
That was
it
it.
worked perfectly.
All right.
And the whole previous to that, every team had to go through it as fast as they possibly could to see who would go through that the fastest.
That was
My
fun.
team got 3 minutes, thank God. And his team got
You got
3 minutes and
3
4 seconds.
Did
You
you
really
just saw
you
me and
won
Zach
one thing against me,
sprinting
and you
down the
have to
fairway.
like bring it up now.
Oh yeah. What'd you say?
Me and Zach sprinting down the fairway.
What do
Had to
you
have
had
been-
to go through the heckle that quick? Or?
No.
No,
That
the-
was
the
a whole
hole before
prior whole 9. You had to go through as fast as you can.
Oh,
And
okay.
whoever
It was a
finished
time
the hole
hole.
fastest ended up winning. And we had some track stars from a local college that ran the hole. They got it done in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was a really good time. We had shout out Ozzy Wan. You're a big cigar guy, so you would have enjoyed this. We had my buddy owns a cigar line,
Shout
and he
Out Max.
sent 100 cigars for a field prize.
Wow.
And I was like, nobody needs this many cigars. But he brought 2 nice boxes with the little, what is it, to make the cigars on.
The
Cut
cutter?
out
No. The little black
Oh,
thing
the
that
humidipack?
Yeah. Brought that in there, so we stacked those up. There was 44 cigars, and then the rest of it I was carrying it around like a chauffeur, just like, anybody would like a cigar? Anybody?
And
And
we're
it
like,
was
we're
handing
we're
cigars
keeping that
out.
box. That box is
Oh yeah,
dope.
this is the cigar box
Yeah.
right here. Yeah, that's what the box.
That's a
is.
giant box.
Yeah, 100 fucking cigars in there. It was
to
insane.
the brim. It was nuts.
Yeah,
We
when I opened it
we
up,
just
I was
laughed.
like, "Who needs this many
And we
cigars?" I
just
mean, you
laughed.
might, but
That's a great gift. Yeah, I would get that because I've never seen anything like that before.
yeah,
Not
no.
that big, no.
Oh, he hooked it up for sure. Shout out Maxwell, Ozzy Wan. Shit's fucking. Those cigars were
Shout
super
out.
nice.
Do you know where he? Well, I think it says Nicaragua on there. Nicaragua. It's one of my favorite tobacco. Nicaraguan.
It's a very nice
It's-
cigar.
yeah, it's a good cigar.
It's very smooth. I enjoy it. I'm not a cigar crazy
Connoisseur?
guy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I enjoy a good cigar, and I was very actually pleased with his product, to say the least. But I want to ask you, so in this podcast, and so have you listened to a full episode?
The Elijah one, I think was a little. I think I got through that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so you
I
might
was gonna say
know.
it was like 40 minutes. It felt like it was quick, but maybe I didn't listen to the whole
No,
thing.
you did not.
Okay.
It was about like an hour and a half, I think.
All right, so
So in our podcast, when we have guests on, we like to throw them just a wild one real quick.
Oh,
So we have cracking questions on the podcast, and that is where a fan can send us. Where a fan can send us a question. It can be dirty, clean, anywhere in between, whatever you want. And you now have the opportunity to ask the goons any question that you want right now.
Off the rip.
What is your question? to
Any
the goons?
question?
Any question.
There's
Dirty.
one you
clean.
can't, but if you ask it, we'll tell you no.
Yeah.
Do
Just
not
don't
trust-
ask us where
yeah.
you see this, where we see this
No.
podcast going in the future.
I want to see if he did it.
And don't.
no,
ask
that's like
any-
an interview question. Who would?
A lot of people.
That feels like I'm at work.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Where do you see yourself?
I know. Well, hold on.
I think Elijah
'Cause
did that. Elijah did that and thought he was so slick with it, and I was like, that's when we started let's refrain from that question because that was asked multiple times prior. And so when he went up, he's like, where do you see this podcast? And I was like, Elijah, God damn it, no, please don't ask that question. And then I don't remember what question he asked. It was a pretty good question.
When are we getting
Samantha
on stage?
had a good one last episode. So pressure's on for you.
Well, so let me think because I asked you guys a question of how'd you meet? How'd you get started? Because I couldn't find that anywhere. Maybe this is dumb. I don't know. But, like, so you guys have been friends for a while. Like, what's the biggest fight? Like, how close have you guys got to breaking up the band?
Ooh, that's
on the
good.
pod?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think
Nick can answer this one.
I was at my boiling point. No, for real. I was at, like, my break. Like, I was pretty damn close when we were talking about going to Minnesota because he just kept bringing up the fact they're going to build us this website that can do this, this, and this. When I already previously prior, like, I was like, yo, this does the same thing. And he kind of, like, I felt like he threw my whole idea out the window. So I was like, that kind of, like, intensified it.
What were you pointing to? Like a speak and spell or something?
What do you mean?
Like, what's this?
This
could do the same thing.
Taylor's staring at me the whole time, and I read his eyes. Goes, there's zero context in what he's telling this man.
You
right
and
now.
then back at
so it
Steven.
was-
I'm like, Steven's so goddamn
So
polite.
it was a way for us to make.
He's such a nice guy. He
Yeah.
goes, I'm following,
Yeah.
but I have no fucking
Okay.
idea what
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying right now.
I'm sorry. Slightly autistic.
You, like, kind of pointed at his, dick, and you're like, this can make us a website.
We were trying to find a way to cut out the middleman when it came to making merch because going to a supplier was, like, expensive, and we had a lot of hard copies on order that we just had to sell, and it was hard. So I was like, here's a website, we can put whatever we want on these shirts, we can get the shirts for this price, yada, yada. The only thing is we just couldn't have, like, made to order. We still had to do the same thing. But he was, like, basically the same thing, talking about the website and shit, and I was like, bro, I already done Warentha's idea through you, and you didn't want to do it, and now you want to do it. And then, but he was just, like, on a full grind mode, too. Like, I work a full-time job. I do HVAC, but this was way before that.
That's
Yeah,
what my family had an HVAC company.
Hell yeah.
I'm the first one to not do it.
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I should have. They make a lot more money. Yeah.
But no, I was just like, man, it's just like we started this to have fun and stuff and, like, just to be goofy and shit, and now it's like a second job anymore, and, like, it's kind of sucking the fun out of it. So I was kind of like, I was at, like, 0, and everybody else was, like, on go. But, like, we've had adjustments, and now everybody's like, we're all up here.
I'm so glad that that's the only time that you felt like you were going to quit the pod, because I thought for sure they had like 10 other options. And the way that was it, like a year and a half ago, I must be doing something decent then.
That was like the only time I was like really at a breaking point.
Were you guys even aware that he was that upset?
No, not even fucking close. I thought for sure at that point, I thought we were thriving at that
That's
point.
He
so
was aware
funny.
that I had ideas though.
Like, he's
and,
like coming out like, I was at a 0. These guys are like, what? Like, I didn't know.
It's like earlier in the
Everything
day.
was fucking fine back then.
No, I voiced opinions to him before prior of stuff that I wanted to try and do, and he was like, no, we shouldn't do that. And then he would hit me a few weeks later like, yo, we should do this, like it was his fucking idea. And I was like, bro.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
That did happen a couple times. I can't even deny that. There was times I was like, bro, you know what we should do? And he's like, dude, I just said this 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, did you?
We should record
Yeah,
everything.
he would always
That's
be
what we
like,
should
did
do.
you? Question mark. I'm like, bitch. Oh, I'm glad, but now we're all up here, dude. And
Cody Ray, what's your
communication-
answer on that? I want to pull the curtain back a little bit and find
Yeah.
out when we all fucking hate each other a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. There was just like times where it was like when I lived back in Upper, it was like an hour away, trying to find like whether it was worth it or not to keep doing this, because like he said, it was a lot of work and like we were all going through stuff. But other than that, I don't think like there was been any fights that would push me to the edge. It was more just like, do I really want to keep doing this and doing what I'm doing? Like, is it worth it? But like,
There was at one point he disappeared for like 3 months. We had no idea if he was even fucking alive.
Yeah.
And he just didn't tell anybody. And he pulled up one day for recording day. and
He was
we were
like, "What up?" And
we
we're
were
like, "What
bro,
the fuck?"
what?
well, I was
aliens.
No, he was going through he was going through some shit, and he just nonchalantly was like, "Yeah, like my whole world got flipped upside down, but I'm decent now." We're like, "You could have told us, motherfucker." He was
Well, I
just
don't like
quiet
to-
as shit.
I don't like to like put my stress on other people. You know what I mean?
That's nice. You have like a high emotional intelligence, right? EI.
Yeah, I try.
But like,
I
be
don't
like,
know.
I'm not dead. Be back in a month.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah,
sick,
it would've
dude.
been
We were
sick.
trying to
We were,
call,
like,
text.
Ghosted.
We didn't know anybody around him to try and like be like, hey, can you like do a wellness check on that guy, see if he's alive in his place?
I almost started trying to find Granny on Facebook, man. I was like, yo, you hear from Cody?
I just
I would
picture him
say-
searching Granny
sometimes
Cody
you just need
Ray.
to, like,
Did you come back with a second name? You left as Cody and you came back Cody Ray.
yeah, I leveled up and came back.
He knew he was about to get it on. He's like, my name's Cody Ray now. No, I would say just like the stress between like the pulling the curtain back for sure on this is like I've always been 1,000% in this for no reason. Like I'm not a dude that can do something that's like 50%. I was a massive bass fisherman. I sucked at bass fishing, but I bought a boat. I had like fucking 15 rods. I had like hundreds of dollars of tackle. I was consistently doing it, going out there from like 6:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock, catching one fish and being like content with it, and I just keep grinding. Pissed my wife off so bad. But we got into here, I just kept fucking going and going and going and going. It wasn't necessarily me quitting, but I could tell that everybody else wanted to because I was consistently like, do this, do that, do this, do that. We need to do this, and just pushing the team as hard as possible. Now I think I've eased off a little bit on that. Taylor's looking at me like, dude.
What?
Well, we have found ways to make everybody's lives easier too, with like, technology and shit. now.
Yeah. There's a lot of back then, like around the time that he was doing social media clips for us would take me about an hour each. So like I was spending probably like 8 hours alone just on cutting up our social media edits, and it was like I would take a whole day after working 40, 50 hours. I would do that, and then it would suck so bad to try and keep up with having a wife and having any other hobbies or anything else I wanted to do. So it was like it was strenuous on me, but I just wanted to keep going and keep fucking pushing. But I could tell that everybody else was like, I'd push a little bit on Nick, but like it would be like do or fucking die at that moment. And if he didn't do it, I'd be fucking pissed. So I'm like, you let me down. And it would be a whole thing like that. We've had probably like 4 other people on this pod, and one moved, the other one we didn't work out with, which was his buddy, and like we've had
the other one, his house burned down under mysterious circumstances.
He's
still a part of the pod. He's distant. There's a guy that's on the pod. And during the summer he works construction. Yeah. He works construction, so it's hard for him to get back. Yeah. Another guy just disappeared. I don't want to speak ill on his name. Yeah, it's not him. It was his partner, and. We had another. Her nickname's Bitches. We call her Bitch, but her plural is for pronouns is Bitches. so she, me and her were great friends before the pod, and we almost stopped being friends because of how hard I was on people. So it's like there's a lot of learning involved in this. But that's about the time I think that everybody was about to be done with this was when I was at my peak of like fucking do or die 24/7. I don't know when time rise that was, but.
I would say
like yesterday?
Not last summer.
Yeah, this was a phase you had?
Not last summer, but the summer prior.
Yeah, we've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. So.
Yeah, so 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's been fucking ridiculous. It's been a fun time, though.
A lot of growth.
Sounds like I'm glad I'm only here 2 hours then.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Stick around too long, you'll see
I got to
something.
do dishes before I leave. That's what he said.
Hey, you're fucking volunteering.
You gotta get that
I can get you on that. You got to clean them right, though. That's a problem. I've been in kitchens. I know how clean dishes are. Trust me, my wife is... whole.
That's one thing. I never worked in food service ever.
Oh, dude, I miss it so much.
I worked at a golf course all through high school. It was awesome.
Well, I did.
Club.
That was my first, but I was a caddy. Like I started.
Oh, you were a caddy?
Like 12 years
old. Pro
old.
shop, and then I was a bag boy, and then I worked on the grounds for a little bit. It was sick, dude. You're an avid golfer. What's your shoot normally?
It's gotten a little worse, but I mean, I'm like a 95 to 100 right now. Like I can break 90 on a really good day, like a 88, 89.
Hell yeah,
that's not bad. Yeah.
If I'm making putts, but like,
did you move up to the tees yet, or is it? Did you move up to the old folks tees yet? Or did you get there?
Not yet. I will say though, I cannot. Like my Achilles heel is a tee shot. I can't hit a tee shot. I could barely hit a drive. I'm usually teeing off with a 6-iron, so I almost feel like a lot of par 4s are 3 shots for me anyway.
Right.
Okay.
So my short game, I'm left-handed. My great grandfather was a PGA professional. So always as a kid, like I would go out to his place. He lived in Ashtabula, and not the guy that stalked me at McDonald's, but he had a
nice
green in his backyard. Like he had a green and a chipping range in his backyard.
Yeah.
So I would my parents would drive me out there, and I'd jump out of the car, And I would just immediately, and he made me my first set because I was left-handed. You really couldn't find a lot of left-handed sets.
Got you fitted up. That's
around.
awesome.
Yeah.
dude.
Did he win any?
I still use them today. I got to bend way over, but
What the fuck?
no, I was in junior PGA, and then like I played a little bit in high school, but I always had a job, and jobs always get in the way of golf. And I thought like
I
I
used
was
to teach the juniors.
yeah,
When I worked at the country club. That's sick. Hell yeah.
And
I got my first tee polo still. I wear golfing sometimes.
That's why there ain't been no pros from Fremont in a while.
Yeah, they were trained by you.
Yeah, no. I shoot.
Motherfucker's still trying to learn his swing
I
half the
just shot
time.
my best round of my life though. Like last Friday, I shot an 81.
oh, that's great.
I went
man.
nuts, dude.
Some guy told me the other day. I forgot who I was talking to,
Still
but
got
they're
the
like,
card.
"Oh yeah, I could shoot. I normally shoot like a 78, 79, or 77." I was like, "The guy that golfs like twice a year." I'm like, "You're not. That's bullshit."
I was about to say
Like,
twice.
you're
No,
not-
I picked up a guy
Yeah,
that
no.
shoots a handicap of 1
Oh yeah.
on my team
That's
for the
fun to
scramble.
watch, man.
Dude, he's a fucking animal, man.
Yeah, it's just like the stars were aligning. I was just at the peak of my game that day. But I did 2 golf leagues this year, and I've played in a bunch of outings, played on the weekends. Like I've gotten my fair share of golf in. I think I want to get a membership somewhere next year.
What did you say? Your great grandpa or was it your grandpa?
My great grandfather.
Did your great grandpa win any accolades? Any trophies?
No,
or
but he
anything?
did have, and one of my dad's uncles has it now. But he like back in those days, in like the 50s and 60s, the pros like Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, good player, they wouldn't like fly from tournament to tournament. It wasn't that much money in it, so they would drive. And the PGA Tour was basically set up on a road tour. It literally. Was a road
Oh yeah,
tour.
to drive.
So they can drive from course to course. And back in that day, they would actually stop and like say hello to the club pros, like the other guys that were registered in the PGA.
Wow.
So he had scorecards with him and Arnold Palmer, him and Jack Nicklaus, and they were all like framed. And I was like, I always thought
so
like,
cool.
well, it's so cool. And then you look at the scores, and my great grandfather shot like a 45, in 9 holes. It's like you're supposed to be a pro, but like, yeah, so like Gary, Gary, those are the 3 that stick out, the big ones. But he had kind of like a scrapbook of all the guys that he played with back in those days.
That's
sick.
awesome,
Yeah.
dude. That's so
That's
cool.
super
And they all
sick.
signed the scorecards for him. And
That's so sick, dude.
yeah, it's cool.
I'm so
I have
jealous.
in my garage. I have his, Bill Rupp PGA Professional, like the thing that hung outside the golf course.
Oh yeah, with
then-
the scorecard.
Yeah, and then like no, not a scorecard, just like the sign, like the pro shop sign.
Oh, okay,
like with
okay.
his name on it.
Right.
And then a second one that's like more of like a graphic art, with his name on it. He was a Chagrin Valley Country Club on the east side, and then a couple courses more on like the PA border there.
What's the nicest course you've played then?
The nicest one, I stood on the 18th green of, what's that called? Pebble Beach. Beach. But the nicest one I've played Firestone South, and
Okay.
I did well there.
That's in Akron, ain't it?
Yeah, and then the other one I played was TPC Las Colinas, which is they played the Byron Nelson Classic there. It's in Dallas, Texas,
Oh wow.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
and I got to play that and like by myself. And I remember being at like the 16th hole and completely wiped out. I'm like, how do these guys finish courses like this? I mean, it beat the crap out of me. I don't even know if I kept score. Like I would have been 130 or something.
Holy shit.
Jesus, like with the greens, because I played on it as they were building the grandstands. So like the fairways and the greens were in like
Yeah.
almost tournament.
Oh,
condition.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Wow.
So everything was fast and
Yeah,
rolling.
the tournament was probably like a month away.
Oh yeah, they were
Yeah.
prepping.
yeah.
Wow.
There's a course over in Indiana where they host the John Deere Classic TPC. It's actually a public course. Taylor's dad was just telling me about it for the bachelor party ideas. He told me to throw at you if we wanted to go play that or something. I was like,
Yeah, he's getting married next year, and
shit.
we want to do a bachelor party and have it to where we're going out to Michigan for a weekend, and we're gonna do
Like
3 different golf
like
tournaments.
Tullymore or something like that.
Yeah.
And just like 3 different courses and just like have my own little outing. Get 16 dudes up there and just like
That's what I did
really
for my bachelor party. Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude.
But
Yeah, sick
what-
invite.
But what we did though, because not everybody's a serious golfer like me. There's
Right.
probably like a core of like 4 or 5 of us that just
Okay.
love golf. But I wanted 25 guys to be there, so I actually went to more of like the, middle of the road home pasture course,
Nice.
and they let us have like the whole course for like 4 hours. Like there weren't any tee
That's
times
sick.
for like 2 hours behind us. But then like even people that weren't good at golf still had a good time because it was like middle of the road
Right.
course.
Right.
Like they weren't like. because I was like, I play enough nice courses. Like I go on a golf trip to North Carolina every year with some buddies.
Dude.
It's like we play some nice courses down there.
Like an invite. I'm an avid golfer.
All right, well, we'll get you a hermit crab shell, and then you can hide in it.
Like, this is where you sleep.
You would fit in my golf bag, so we could fit you
Your
in
travel bag?
there. No, yeah, probably.
You fly with your clubs?
I did one time. Yeah, I just got one on Amazon, and I'll tell you, I got the
sketchy about that.
I got the $35 one on Amazon, and it was fine. You pack it like I took the head off my driver, and then I put a towel in between the clubs and like wrapped them so there was no rattling or anything.
That's what I'm nervous about because that's what I'm scared about is the airport breaking the club.
Yeah, I've seen it, but if you pack them right, I was a little nervous. It was the only time I've done it. So.
Interesting.
Even when I traveled to golf, I've always like rented.
Oh, okay, yeah. But there's no club feels like your clubs. I can't rent.
That's right.
Moral story: take your own club.
No, I
don't know. I feel like we're boring everybody with golf.
No. They were bored a little bit, but they're good. Don't worry.
They're
bored with the golf. We talked about golf for a while before the scramble, and we had one buddy, avid listener, Austin, was like, "Dude, I love the pod. You guys are funny as shit, but I swear to God, if you guys talk about golf one more time, I'll lose my mind."
Yes, yeah, I know.
That whole conversation was just for that, dude.
Oh yeah, that right there was just for Austin. Also for the bachelor party, I think we're gonna do first day. We're gonna do 4-man scramble, and we're gonna maybe play Mario Kart or something. I want to make it just fun. I want to make it to where like maybe last day we can be serious, but on that same day, all of us are dealing with like 2 different days of hangovers, and it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Right. So it's 4-man, 4 scramble, fucking Mario Kart. The second day, it's gonna be duos, and there's gonna be like we're gonna do a tab.
Wait, so who's engaged? You are?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
congrats,
I'm his best man, so I'm playing the shit up. So
yeah,
you got a date?
Yeah, September 14th of next year.
Oh yeah, okay.
We've been stressing out a lot, but we're way ahead of the game. We've been told by a bunch of people.
A lot.
So we should cool down for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right.
We had ours booked for 18 months. So it was
booked or planned?
Booked.
Yeah,
booked.
Yeah, booked.
And then you like slowly plan it.
Wasn't it just nice having everything done and then you didn't have to worry and then you just got to chill?
That was my idea, but it wasn't her idea. Her idea was to put everything off till like the last week, and then it becomes my job. Yeah.
See,
because I booked on. So we were married on Saturday, but on Friday, obviously, I was off work, so I booked 18 holes. I'm playing 18 holes on Friday. I ain't got shit to do, and all of a sudden, it's you're playing golf the day before our wedding. It's like, oh yeah. Well, what if not everything's done? I was like, well, everything better be fucking done the day before the wedding.
It's the day before I become a married man. I'm going out at 18 right now.
Oh yeah, that was not a good. I should have just not told her, but that was
starting off. You're gonna run some last minute wedding errands.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Friday. Just go play a round of golf. Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's being I'm just so relaxed. Everything should be fun. I think that's why like the jokes that I do are relatively clean because I just want it to be. I want people to have a good time. I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
I'm not here to offend. Some comments love to offend people. I don't. Like I want you to laugh. I want you to have a good time because that's me. Like I want to have a good time at my own wedding. I don't want to be worried about planning stuff.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it worked out well for you.
I'm stealing that idea the day before. I'm playing golf.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Really get sunburned. That'll make her happy.
Hell yeah, dude. Make sure you wear glasses.
September, so I already have a good tan.
Oh yeah, you got the base layer going.
Hell yes. All right, everybody, a round of applause for Stephen Prince in the studio. Thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Man. Thank you guys, man. This was great.
Let everybody know where they can find you on social media and where your next upcoming shows are.
Pretty much everything's just Stephen Prince Comedy. So Prince, just like the artist, Stephen Prince Comedy. It's StephenPrinceComedy.com. So even on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's all Stephen Prince Comedy. So.
You got any upcoming shows?
I do, yeah. A lot of them. I just posted in October.
Run them out.
Oh, geez.
Yep. If you need, pull out your phone. Let them know.
I'm hosting an open mic Monday. Tuesday, there's a cancer benefit in Duck Island in Cleveland. Wednesday is nothing. Thursday, I'm doing a show at a gay bar called Cocktails in Cleveland. It's a really fun show. Cool,
I've heard about that.
Cool room. Yeah. So we're back to hosting that one. They took a break for the summer. I'm going to be in Indianapolis November 11th. That's the Comedy Bingo show.
Hell
so that'll be kind of fun traveling for comedy. Eastland Inn Tavern in Berea is also later this month. That's a new room for me. The local bar. Parma Pit Stop is usually my show. That's where I'm at. I share it with another producer lady that's very good at getting rooms, and then like I run the shows for the rooms that she gets. So it's like kind of a good partnership.
Hell yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
awesome.
So anyway,
and if the Boogered Up podcast likes the clean comedy, he's doing something great because you guys know you
guys are great laughers, man.
Dude,
You're so good. Like you do appreciate comedy. I just remember like listening to you guys right out my right ear. You're laughing. I was like, oh man, they're laughing.
Oh yeah, dude, you killed it, man. They came genuine.
Well, and we're like, we're going to a comedy show. Why would we go to a comedy show to not laugh?
Well, some people sit back and they're like, impress me, like they're not ready to laugh. You guys are good
I know
laughers.
they're ready to laugh.
You guys are good judges. Elijah killed it. He picked the right winner. So anyway.
19 years old, that dude.
Yeah,
he's on to something.
Yep,
he's on to something. We're actually working with something right now with him. I don't want to promote anything yet, but we're on to something that might be super cool for him and another person that's been on this podcast. They reached out to us. There's a lot of different things moving around on that, so I think he's got a really good bright future, especially in the works of what we got going on. Shit's super sick. But hey, fuck him. You're here right now, and you fucking killed it. You're fucking great, dude. Make sure you guys go to his shows and everything. Support this man because this guy fucking killed it. You stop clapping. I started clapping. Start clapping.
Now we're
clap for the man right here.
Good laughers, not good clappers.
Slap hands.
Guys, make sure you're subscribing, doing everything that we tell you to do, and don't do anything we wouldn't do this weekend. We will catch you guys on Monday. Peace.
Shut up!